This episode of the Redbeard Podcast is brought to you by DJ Tone Entertainment. If you're looking for a DJ to provide the best entertainment with cutting-edge equipment for your event, then look no further. From weddings and corporate events to birthday parties and family reunions, DJ Tone Entertainment can do it all. You can find their rates on Facebook or message them for a personalized quote. So don't wait. Book DJ Tone Entertainment today. Yo, howdy ho, people. This is your boy Cooley. I am sitting in my basement recording the Redbeard Podcast, which you're about to listen to. On this phenomenal episode, you're going to hear about the Predator trailer that just got released, the Luke Cage Season 2 series that is on Netflix as we speak, and Ren is going to talk about Hereditary.
That's right.
And we're going to listen, and we're going to chime in when we feel like it. Get ready. Take your pants off, your socks. Put your feet up, and let's roll.
Do it in her hair, and how about that? Do it red hair, and I don't care. Redbeard Podcast. Redbeard Podcast. Redbeard Podcast. Gonna kick your ass. Redbeard Podcast. Yeah. Redbeard Podcast is brought to you by these cool dudes. Yeah.
Larry, if we make an effort today, we might be able to save August. August? For Christ's sake, tomorrow's the 4th of July, and we will be open for business. It's going to be one of the best summers we've ever had.
Yo, what's up? We're back. And what a wonderful fucking night it is, right? To be surrounded by friends,
Friendship.
family, people who love you.
You need friends on a Monday, man.
You do.
It's
You
the
sure-
beginning of a week.
You sure fucking do.
Need a
And
little
that's what
hug.
we're here for.
Hell yeah.
The Predator trailer dropped.
It did.
Like the full trailer, not just the teaser.
The Red Band trailer dropped.
Yeah, which means they're swearing in it.
So good.
Is that what that
And,
means?
Yeah, Red Band trailer usually means that they're going to show
More
you stuff
violence.
that they wouldn't show you in like the approved for all audiences trailers.
Yep.
Yeah, like a theatrical trailer.
But Tony, you had a lot of harsh things to say about the Predator in the teaser trailers. This trailer seems to have changed your mind. So why don't you just dive right in?
Yeah, it did, definitely, man. I have like notifications for when Shane Black tweets anything because I want to know like every Predator thing as soon as it
I
happens.
thought you was just a Shane Black fan.
No, so
I was like, that's pretty extreme.
no, man.
Super
So
extreme.
so basically, I saw the trailer and everything about this trailer made me change everything I said. I literally retract all previous comments that I don't think this movie is going to be good.
Yeah, you
'Cause this-
texted me. You said you had to change your pants after watching it.
Yeah, no,
Gross.
so me and my cousin are big Predator fans, and I literally texted him this right after I watched the trailer for the second time. I said, yo, I just watched the Red Band trailer for the Predator that Shane Black dropped today, and my faith has been completely restored in the movie, and I take back everything I said. I have to change my fucking pants. This movie looks fucking awesome. You know that's a lot coming from me. And my cousin watched it. He said, watching now, and then 2 minutes later put, this is going to be incredible. So, like, him and I are hardcore Predator fans, so just everything about this trailer makes this movie look like it's action-packed. It doesn't look ridiculous. It looks like it's just going to be damn good. One of the things that really got me excited about it is the way that the Predator looks and sounds. And that's a big thing. In all the previous AVP movies, I've talked about it numerous times, how they look bulky and their masks look like, or their faces look like rubbery and stuff like that. They just look super fake. These look really, I don't know the best way to describe it. It's like, you know, when the Predator's got his mask off, he looks like an animal. He looks like wet and like gross. And, you know, kind of like amphibian-like, you know, and that's basically what you want to see, you know, which is what we saw in the first movie. And they recreated that, which is cool. We're going to get to see some new Predators. There's going to be a lot of action. There's going to be some really, like the comedy that they were talking about doesn't seem like it's over the top. You know, there's a comedic line in the trailer where he says, "Oh, if your mom was a video game, she'd be rated E for everyone."
Yeah, which was hilarious.
Which was, hilarious.
I thought I rolled my eyes.
Did you really?
Oh, I was like, this is so cheesy.
But it's a your mama joke from a military guy to another military guy,
just
which was
gonna
But
say.
it's
like
It's a bunch of military guys talking shit to each
yeah,
other.
it's locker room talk basically.
Keegan-Michael Key like doing a very like expected thing from him in the trailer, so I was like bummed out about that because I was like, hopefully they give him something else to do. It was like, oh, his main role in the trailer saying this
The
middle-aged
phony line,
yeah.
kind of like predictable.
Yeah.
I just, you know what I feel like though, like so if you're gonna have Keegan-Michael Key in a movie, I want him to do what I expect him to do. Like I don't know if he's got the ability to be like an action star or
Okay.
just like a serious actor, but
Yeah.
if he does, great. If not, whatever. You put him in a movie, make sure I'm getting what I want out of fucking Keegan-Michael Key, right? Like I want him to be funny. Like that's what I want from him. You put fucking Ryan Reynolds in a movie. Like I don't want him playing the straight man. I want that dude to be funny as hell. You know what I mean, I want him to be Deadpool in every movie that he's in. Like
No, I agree. I mean, that part of the trailer didn't really bother me. One of the good parts in that scene of the trailer is we get to see Thomas Jane. Like, hey, he's in the trailer. He's in the movie.
Oh, shit, he's in the movie.
Like,
That's right.
Oh, shit. Yeah, there he is. Like, he actually, that's what
I heard he
waiting
was in the
for.
movie. Oh, there he is.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, you just get a sense of where this movie is going.
What I'll say though is I like the trailer a lot.
Yeah.
I think the trailer was dope. I think that it checked all the boxes. It got me interested. It got me intrigued. I've been burned before by trailers that did that for me. And
True.
And
Very true.
cutting a trailer is an art form, much like directing a movie, right?
Yeah, man, I
like
hear
if
you.
you can cut an awesome fucking trailer, but that doesn't mean that the material that you're cutting from is the best material ever. So, case in point, Suicide Squad. That trailer got me so fucking amped.
Right.
Like I was ready for that movie the minute that I fucking saw it. Both trailers. Like there was a trailer with the
Queen soundtrack.
the Queen soundtrack. There was a Bohemian Rhapsody trailer. There was the trailer with the 21 Pilots song.
Yep.
All of those trailers were cut so fucking well. And got me so amped for the movie. You go see the movie and it was a piece of shit.
It was a flaming piece of
So
bad.
So I'm hoping that that's not the case with this, but I have learned to not get my hopes up so high based on, a 2-minute cut of all like the great scenes that they could throw together and make it look really cool.
I'm going to say we're going to get burned because I was rewatching it and you're like, they added so much to it. And I'm like, yeah, but it's also a lot of the same shit we've seen from the teaser. Like the kid who's like the macho man, like, can I get a cookie now? Because he's like, we're supposed to be a threat. Isn't that the part of it? Like, It just seems like such like a macho man trying to be macho, but there's aliens. There's just...
No, but that's the point of Predator.
Yeah, that's the point of Predator, but I think it's going to pull it off in a way that isn't good. Like, I think it's going to be a solid maybe 6 out of 10, probably closer to 5, because what I've seen, it's a lot of like, wait, how the fuck did we get the 10-foot tall Predator? Why is there a child with this stuff anyways in that first teaser, and then that kid isn't brought back into it? So I'm like, is this a cutout scene or what's going on with the kid? Whose kid is this? I'm still like thinking about the teaser, even though we have an official trailer.
Right.
There's so much that they have to tie into this movie where I'm like, this could be really messy because I see like a certain plot line. I see like it's the Predator coming to Earth and
that's
there's
what
a
I'm
bigger
saying. So
threat.
that's what I'm saying. So there were so many things in the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Well, not so many things, but I mean that the child with the stuff
Right,
and all that.
right.
But then there's also like all the stuff that we know that is going to be in the movie that they didn't show us any of in this trailer. Like fucking Predators riding on the backs of tanks and fucking smoking cigars or whatever the fuck they do. Like
Well,
that
those
kind.
like guys in Predator suits are like taking breaks on the set. They're
Yeah.
not really
Yeah.
smoking cigars.
Well, I mean, I just
Yeah, but I know
I
what you're
wish
saying.
they were.
Yeah,
I wish
but
they
like,
were.
Yeah.
but there are going to be
How's
things
he gonna
that.
fucking do that with those mandibles?
But there's
Better for pinching.
there are things that they're not showing us, is what I'm saying, and those are the things that I may be a little bit concerned about. But I'm
Yeah.
not going to let my concerns destroy my ability to enjoy what might be a great movie. I mean, it looks right now. This trailer looks great, but I'm jaded from a lot of the trailers that have been out there.
Yeah, I mean, I will say there is a chance it could suck, but this definitely has restored my faith in the movie. I will say that, and I am now excited to go see it. Where before, I was kind of like, I'll see it when I see it. I mean, I'm gonna see it opening weekend, but I'm definitely gonna go see it like Thursday night when this shit drops.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah, I can't wait. So now I'm pumped.
Real quick,
Right.
because I know this wasn't on the agenda, but they've been releasing a lot of Aquaman stuff.
I've been seeing that, man. Yep.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm so hyped for Jason Momoa.
I know you're hyped for Jason
Did
Momoa.
you say you're mad at it or not mad?
He
at
I
it?
said
ain't
I ain't
mad.
mad at it.
Okay.
I ain't
That
mad at
means for you white person, that means he's excited about it.
Yeah.
No, I know what a double negative is. I just didn't hear what he fucking said. Also, white person. Like, Cooley's the only black person in this fucking room, Ren. So check a mirror. The fuck.
Yeah,
You have the whitest voice ever.
there's not a whole lot. Look, there's not a whole lot that's been released about Aquaman, right?
Right.
So that's why I brought it up, because we can't get like too much into it. Probably a couple of minutes, but I mean, like, just what we've seen so far, like the still photos and stuff like that. Dude, Black Manta is one of my favorite villains ever.
Yep.
And the fact that he's got the exact look that he should have from the comics has got me so amped to see this movie.
I am so hyped for it, honestly.
And
When
it's
is this due to come out?
it's James Wan.
That's a good
Oh,
question.
it's
I don't
James
know.
Wan?
James Wan is directing
Yeah.
this.
The guy
So-
who did Face Off?
Ja-
Did he?
James, no, not
Oh, wait.
not James Woo.
Oh, James.
James,
I
motherfucker.
fucked that up. I was like, James
I was
Wan.
like, what?
I was like, where the fuck's he been, man? Face Off was like 12 years ago.
James Woo. No,
All I'm thinking is like, wow, the guy from Face Off does really good fight
no,
scenes.
Jim Woo is not directing Aquaman. It's James Wan, the dude that directed. I think he directed The Conjuring, right? Or no?
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, word. Then that's cool, man.
yeah,
I'm
and
excited.
from what I've read,
Also
Yeah.
directed Saw.
there's gonna be a lot of like scary shit in the movie as well, like because they're gonna
You
deal
have
with the.
so much room for scary shit. Like, can you imagine just like swimming in the water and sharks come out of nowhere? 'Cause
Yeah.
that's like minimally scary shit, but that's like.
But here's where it's gonna pay off is what I've heard is, and this is again all conjecture and actual speculation, but I've heard that they're gonna use the trench in this film. Do you know who that is? Do you know,
Yeah.
like, do you know what the it's like this like weird like group of like creatures from the Black Lagoon almost,
Yeah.
but they're like really fucking terrifying with like claws and like big fucking teeth and all that shit. And
Yep.
like I think if anybody's gonna pull that off, James
It would be
Wan is
this
gonna kill
guy,
it.
Yeah.
So good. I think there's some good shit possibly coming from the DCEU after I
hope
just shit on
it's
the Suicide Squad.
On par. I don't think you can do better than Wonder Woman as of right now, but I think I at least hope it's on par with the Wonder Woman movie.
You know what they did?
What?
Warner Brothers. I'm going way off right now, but
Go way off.
Warner
Go
Brothers.
off.
Warner Brothers really. They didn't release a statement, but they were in an interview, and somebody asked them, what are you gonna do now? Because like all these movies fucking flopped, and they were like, oh, you know what we gotta do now? We gotta make better movies. We gotta make better movies. And
yeah.
guess what? We can't hide the bacon anymore. We can't bury the bacon under all this other stuff. And to say that to me is a clear statement that you have been putting out crap purposefully and willfully just to kind of cash in and make money off of the superhero craze.
I think it could go either way because I think that there's definitely a higher person going like, yep, that's our next cash cow. But there's got to be a million smaller people underneath that one person who are genuinely trying to make a good movie. And I think that's like a very like Trump-esque move of being like, oh, it fucked up, so I'm just going to be like, oh, let's just do better. Like, we were just putting out shit to put out shit. Ha ha ha. Like, I definitely think it's them being embarrassed that they've had flops.
Well, what I think is that your directors and your writers probably put together some pretty good fucking films.
Right.
And then the studio goes in and hacks the shit out of them. and says, you know what? Well, we want you to do this, and we want you to do this, and we want this, and just make it as bold and fucking fluffy as possible, right? And just give us a lot of Batman. You know what I mean? Give us a lot of this, give us a lot of that. Make sure you put this guy's face on the screen more, right? And that fucks up the movie and the vision that the director had.
Every time.
I'm not saying that the director's brilliant, and I'm not
Right.
saying that we would have gotten the best movie ever, but I think what we would have gotten out of Batman v Superman, Justice League, and Suicide Squad would have been better, more complete films that I could have at least argued they gave us a good story with. Right?
Yeah,
Where
they
with-
really fucked up Justice League.
Yeah,
like so much.
With Wonder Woman, they left the director alone, let her do her thing. We got a great film.
On another note, we're probably going to see the Aquaman teaser or trailer for the first time in about 3 weeks at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah,
That
I got it on
would
my
be
calendar.
Yeah, I mean, that honestly is going to be my guess as to when we're going to see some shit.
Yeah, no, they've
So-
actually announced that that's when it's coming. So
Did they?
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
just
wow.
reading something, and they said, and he said it's coming soon, but I mean, like, that was like a couple weeks ago. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be San Diego.
But dude, give me fucking some more Black Manta, man. I can't wait for that shit.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, that was a 5-minute little diversion. But we're gonna come back to our agenda and talk a little bit about Luke Cage, because you haven't seen the whole season 2, so I cannot talk about all the best shit that has happened in this show so far.
I'm working on it, man. I just don't have as much time as you right now. So, you know, I want to see it. I want to finish it, but I'm going into the 4th episode. And I will say, though, man, but from what I've seen so far, I like this season better than the first already. I mean, like, Luke Cage has already been established. They always take the time to show how indestructible he is. But now it's gotten to the point where this dude shows up, Bushmaster, and, like, fucks him up in, like, 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, who the fuck is this guy? And what the hell's going on? And, like, how is Luke Cage going to take this guy down now? Because it looks like he's doing some, like, he's Jamaican, but it looks like he's doing some Brazilian martial arts, like, capoeira shit. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, he is doing capoeira for real.
That's what it is. Okay, cool. I thought so. It looked like it. If he was doing that Tekken shit. And that's what I first found out what that was, because I was trying to find out what the guy's style is. Who's the guy, the Tekken character that does the...
DJ?
I don't know if that's his name, but he kind of looks
Pretty
like
sure his name's
Bushmaster.
DJ.
Yeah, where he does all like the flips and the turns, and it's really cool. It's an interesting, really beautiful style. But I don't know how he's going to compete with this. But I guess I'll find out as I watch the season. You said there were a couple episodes that struck some chords with you, and that's big for you to say, I think. So
Yeah, no, they were dude. All I can say, I can't even say it. All I can say to the audience is watch this shit all the way through. I can tell you what episodes to look out for. Episode 9 had some real moments in there that I actually, I broke down a little bit. Like, it got me, like, in the heart. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow, like, because the acting was, like, that good. And the monologue was enough to make me say, oh, shit, like, made me feel things. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a fucking comic book show, like, I was like, wow. But... man, it's so hard to talk about this without giving away things. Like episode 10 was what I have been waiting for since they announced like that these Netflix shows were coming out. Like it was exactly what I had envisioned. When I heard about the lineup, I was like, oh shit, this is what we're getting. And then we totally didn't get this. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I got this, and I was like, yo, this is it, bro. This is it. And then they took it away in episode 11 because, like, they were just like, oh, that was just one episode, man. But it's still, I mean, like, I guess they took it away because they still had more story to tell about the other shit that was going on. But Bushmaster, probably one of my favorite villains.
so far, yeah, man.
Like, obviously, nobody's topping Thanos as, like, a villain in the MCU. Nobody's really going to top Loki. But or for me, Killmonger. But I would put Bushmaster in that pantheon right now because he's just such a relatable villain. Like I don't hate him, and you'll find out more about why later. Like, because there's reasons for what he's doing, and it's like, yo, like straight up, like to me, he's no different than the Punisher. Like I could see, like they could do a whole show based on this guy where he carries his own weight, but it would literally just be like Luke Cage mixed with the Punisher, and there you go.
Honestly, dude, this villain Bushmaster, he's scary, man, because he's a big dude. He looks super powerful. Not to mention, you find out in like the first couple episodes, he's also to some degree indestructible, and just his like facial bone structure is like
intimidating.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you just like some dude that will fuck you up.
He retweeted something. It was somebody had tweeted an image of Josh Brolin with a plus.
I saw that.
Plus sign,
yeah.
and then Chris Rock, and then it said equals Mustafa Shakir, who is Bushmaster. But it was mad funny. But he retweeted it, which shows that he has a sense of humor about himself. So I mean, I love Mustafa Shakir, man. Like he kills this role. It is,
and he doesn't even have a Jamaican accent.
Yeah, and the Jamaican accent that he uses is so authentic that like you would believe that he was from Jamaica. Like and that's it. Like
he must have had an amazing dialect coach.
Yeah, like him and his whole crew. Off. The whole crew is everything is just super authentic, man. Like right down to like the way that he sucks his teeth to emphasize shit is like such a thing in that culture that it. I mean, he must have like submerged himself in that culture for a little while to at least get like all the little things, the ticks and quirks,
there's all those like nuances
to actually pull it off. But man, I can't, dude. Thomas Jones, NFL running back. He made his name with the Chicago Bears. Ended his career with the Jets, but before that he was with the Kansas City Chiefs, and so on. But like to see Thomas Jones, right, on screen playing Comanche, like this was a guy, he played that role so well. You saw Comanche already?
I didn't know that was him.
But you saw Comanche, right? Like you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shades boy.
His bodyguard or whatever. Yeah. His buddy there. Yeah,
his
big
buddy.
Guy.
Like he is so good in that role that there was no way you could have told me like this was an NFL athlete, like, you know, trying his hand at acting. Like I like, cause most of the time when you see that, they're like they're just either corny or they look nervous. They don't look like they're in their element. This guy is performing at a high level in the role that he's in. I would have never fucking guessed. Like I'm sitting there looking at this show, watching it and checking out all the characters and stuff like that. I see Comanche and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like he looked so familiar. Mm-hmm. And I finally like, you know, looked him up and I was like, holy shit. Yeah. I had this guy on my winning fantasy team 3 years in a row.
Wow.
And now he's playing Comanche. I was just like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
right?
I never
like
would have guessed that.
But dude, there are characters in this show that you never thought you'd see in this show. Like little surprises, little things that pop out of nowhere. Like they did this show right, man. Mm-hmm. Cheo Coker is a dope director, great showrunner. He's got like other people directing, like getting, like I think each episode or a lot of the episodes are directed by different people. Lucy Liu actually directed the first one.
I had no idea that happened.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah. So it's like and you could see that each episode has kind of a different feel to it. So it shows, but it all maintains the same Harlem 1970s blaxploitation feel to it. Like a gangster show, like kind of like if they took Shaft and added superpowers to it, like that's kind of what you got here. It's just real. I can't say enough about it, man. I just been fucking going on and I haven't stopped. So I'm going to give it a rest so that my voice can just chill. But yeah, I mean, I think I've made it clear how much I love this shit, and I can't wait until everybody finishes watching it so that I can actually get into all the real reasons why.
Word.
Amazing.
And Brenna, you saw a movie in theater that is supposed to be super scary called Hereditary.
Oh yeah.
Let's hear it. What's up?
Okay. So I go and see every A24 movie. They are the production company that put out this movie, including like The Witch with 2 V's. two V's instead of a W, if you remember that movie.
Yeah, the Vitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that movie won a bunch of awards. It was like a Sundance film favorite. Very, very, very spooky. So this film I'd been wanting to see forever. I love Toni Collette. The little girl who's in this film is always terrifying looking. So I was like, I'm going to go see this. Go in the theater. It's me and one dude up front. So I'm like, sick. It's going to be great. This woman comes in with her friend who's just boisterous as all hell. Entire theater to ourselves. She sits right in front of me. Directly right in front of me. And I can tell she's a talker. I'm like, all right, here we go. Here we go. So I'm sitting there. I got my nuggets out. It's instant like spooky vibes. You are getting familiar with this woman who is an artist. She makes miniatures. So instantly fucking creepy. They have a bunch of dollhouses around the house. She's got the teenage boy.
Yeah, dollhouses fuck me up.
Yeah, dollhouses are fucking spooky. It opens up with zooming into this one room in a dollhouse, and then it's like her walking through the door and waking her son up. So you're like, that's some fucking spooky shit. They're going to the wake of the grandmother, and you can automatically tell already that like no one fucking liked this grandmother. She was a bad person through life. The daughter had been out of touch with her, and then there's just all these kind of weird looking people at the funeral who were like touching the grandmother's lips and like leaving things in her casket. So you're like, that's fucking spooky. I don't like that. There's something definitely off with the daughter, with the young daughter, not the grandmother's daughter, the mom. But you just kind of go with it and you're like, okay, where are we going to go with this? Spooky shit just starts happening around the house. It happens to the little girl at school. A bird flies into the window. She goes outside and fucking cuts the head off of the bird and puts it in her pocket. So you're like, this kid's fucking tapped. And, you know, the mom notices stuff. She starts going to meetings to try and deal with the feelings of missing someone who you kind of hate and was shitty to you your entire life. The brother is going to go to a party because he's a teenage boy. He's got a crush on this girl, takes the sister. She has a fucking nut allergy, has an attack at the party. He's driving her to the hospital. She's like fighting to gasp for air, sticks her head out the window, conks it off of a telephone post. You just sit there for like 5 minutes in the film, and the brother's just sitting there going like, and the woman in front of me just goes, that little girl ain't got no head no more. So I'm like, oh, if she doesn't have a fucking head, you just ruined this for me. Sure enough, he parks the car, goes to bed. In the morning, the mom's going to work. She just fucking screams because it's the girl's headless fucking body in the car.
So the kid didn't know?
The kid kind of knew. Like, he was just trying to drive his sister to the hospital, and she stuck her head out the window trying to, like, grasp for air, and it was just, like, the conk and the sound. Like, he knew that she was dead. I don't know if he didn't know.
But he was just like, that's too bad. I'm going to bed now.
I think he was, you, like, see his face, and he's, like, fucked up.
Yeah, okay.
He's just in shock the entire time on autopilot. He's like, well, there's nothing that can literally be done because she's dead, and my life is over, so I'm just going to go to bed at this point. So now the woman's dealing with a dead mother, a dead daughter, and she just kind of goes into this decline where her art starts becoming really fucked up scenes of like the car in front of the telephone pole, and it's her daughter's head on the ground, and she's trying to deal with the feelings of like, I hate my son, but I love my son. And you hear fucked up stories of the grandmother. The mom kept the grandmother away from her eldest, the son, but not away from the daughter. And you find out these like fucked up culty things about the grandmother. And it all builds up to just creepy imagery. Like you see someone crawling on the walls and you're not sure if it's the daughter or not. And there's all these naked people that randomly appear. The grandmother's body is dug up and it's in the attic, and it's just headless in the attic.
All real shit happening, or is it
yeah,
like...
oh yeah, this is not like delusional things. This is all like real shit happening. All real fucked up imagery. And the mom goes to the room and goes through her mother's belongings, and she just finds books that's like, there's this demon, King Paimon, who will inherit a male corpse. And you kind of realize, like, oh shit, the daughter was possessed. Like, the grandmother got the daughter possessed by this demon. And the demon's trying to come into the son's body now. So the mom's trying to protect the son. The husband the entire time is trying to be supportive because he's like, you've obviously lost a lot of people. We've lost people. But he just gets to a point where he's like, no. And the sketchbook that she thinks the daughter's ghost has been communicating through, but it's really King Paimon, he throws it in the fire and he lights on fucking fire, just like burns right the fuck up. So you're down to the mom and the son. The son's running around the house and he goes up into the attic to try and escape from his mom, who's like having a mental breakdown, and she's up in the rafters sawing her own fucking head off, just like floating. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So he fucking like jumps out a window. He sees white naked people, jumps out a fucking window. There's this tree house that's like a whole like theme in the movie that the entire time that they have this tree house, the little girl used to love going into it. The mom relates to her daughter by going into it, and he goes into it. The girl's head is on like this creepy cross, and there's all these naked people praying to it, and the little girl's body is bent over praying to it, and the grandmother's headless body is now there too, even though it was in the attic. And you just realize like, oh, guess what? The kid was possessed and the rest of his fucking family's dead. And that's the end. There's no positive thing to it. Like, that's just fucking it. After all this super dark imagery, this build up to like, the mom is going to succeed. The mom's going to save her son. It's just going to be the mom and the son and the whole family's dead. But it's the mom and the son. Nope. Everyone's fucking dead. Like, that kid is there, but his spirit is gone. He's just possessed now.
That sounds good.
It definitely sounds twisted. Like, it reminds me of that movie, The Skeleton Key.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was
like,
good.
That was super dark. The ending was really twisted. John Hurt was really good in that. But I honestly think...
Kate Hudson was in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good shit.
One of my one of the things about this movie is there's a guy that I did a film with, a horror film with. He's hardcore into horror, and he went to see this movie, and he said this is the scariest movie he's seen in theaters. He's never been this nervous in a theater since he saw The Descent.
Oh, yeah.
And The Descent was definitely one of those movies that kept you on the edge of the seat.
The Descent was that shit about spelunking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the caves and those things down there. Yeah, same thing. So, I mean, I haven't...
Which was a good movie. Did you see it?
Awesome. Yeah, it was so good.
I equated this movie to the new generation, like how back in the day people would throw up at The Exorcist and be like seriously shaken. Like, I say this is that new generation's film.
Yeah.
It shook me up so bad. If there wasn't that woman who talked the entire time in front of me and didn't like keep me like giggling sometimes, I would have been fucked up. And there's this one sound that the daughter always makes that's just like, and she'll do that all the time, and it gets into your skin because it's like an annoying thing, like when someone chews gum too loudly or if someone's whistling.
Yeah, and that's the thing with scary movies now. There's no such thing as just making a scary movie. It's psychological warfare.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, these are people that know things like that.
Yeah.
You know, things like little annoying sounds, things that it's all sound, it's all like flash visuals.
You have to keep it short and sweet.
Yeah, and it's not about, you know, a slasher or just some like a creature that's hunting you or something, because all that shit is corny now.
It doesn't have to be blood and guts.
Yeah, all that shit is corny now. It's
it has
all
to mess
psychological
with your head. It has to be
warfare.
short and sweet. Like Insidious, the first one, they did like the quick snippet of the monster opening its mouth behind the dad's head. You just got a quick little thing, and you were like, "Whoa!"
It's like, oh shit, it's Darth Maul.
Yeah. But I mean, it's scary enough, and you don't see enough of his face where you're like, holy shit, that fucked me up. But then they show the rest of him, so you're just kind of like, oh, that's not that scary anymore. I know what he looks like.
It's funny because the one thing that I realized was scary as shit was when I went to see The Exorcist when it came back out in theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, I had seen the TV movie, but there's this one scene they added stuff in that I didn't remember seeing, and the mother is walking through the house at one point, and there's the hood above that's above the oven, and like the lights are flickering in the house, and the lights flicker right above the hood, and you see the face of the demon.
I've heard that before.
And I had never seen that, and literally I think it was new because everybody in the theater went, oh, like no one had seen that shit before, and I was like, oh fuck, like that was creepy as shit. So
Yo, the show was creepy as fuck too. I don't know if you saw it.
I missed
Ren.
that.
Oh,
Nope,
man.
never seen
yeah,
the
I
show.
still got to see it. My mom loved it.
So good.
Yeah, she's a big Exorcist fan.
Yeah, it was so good. Like the demonology, the way that they did that show and everything was just
I
fantastic.
gotta watch that.
But yeah, that about does it for the show, guys.
Yeah.
Yo, be sure to check out We Love Wednesdays every Thursday. You can check us out here again on Friday for the Redbeard podcast and on Mondays.
Yeah, tonight, check us out on the Bachelor After Party with Becca and Tony. We are on Podbean and iTunes.
Word.
Word.
Peace.
Bye.